Just growth you want to see week 1 to week 2. What are going to be the biggest points of emphasis?
There's a lot of things offensively I think we need to grow on. I won't get into the details of that, but I think overall offensively, as a whole, I don't think collectively we said that was our best effort. We saw spurts of it. We saw things that we really liked offensively, but for the whole body of work, not good enough. And so that's one of them.
When you do have a team with a lot of power, which you do, can that sometimes mask some things? And maybe can you get too comfortable sometimes thinking, hey, we'll just hit one of these at-bats?
Well, I don't think you think that way. I just think, again, you're trying to teach a complete offense, a complete brand of play. And I just don't think we were complete last weekend.
Yeah, not that you were teaching it that way, but just that the risk you can kind of slip into that.
I don't think that's the mindset. I just think that there's a certain approach that you need to be more consistent that we probably didn't have last weekend for 4 games straight. We did in parts, but not for 4 games straight.
Some specifics of that. Is it plate approach offensively you want to see an improvement in? What areas of the offense do you want to see growth in?
I'm not going to get into details of that. I'll keep it general.
What do you make of your pitching staff then this last weekend?
I thought we had a bad week, or we had a bad inning on the weekend, and other than that, by and large, I thought the guys pitched really well and competed really well.
What went into keeping the rotation the same for this upcoming week?
Because they all did good.
All right. What do you think of Rhode Island?
They're old. They just scored 36 runs in a 7-inning game the last time they took the field, which I've never seen in my life. They've got old guys that can hit the ball over the fence, and they showed that in their last game specifically. It's the same team basically that went to Texas A&M last year and had them beat in one of their 3-game series games against Texas A&M in the last inning, and then came up a little bit short in that game. But they're a group that's a very physical offensive group.
I was going to ask, when was the last time you saw a game that was 58 combined runs in their Sunday game, 36-22?
Never
once. You mentioned I think on Saturday after the doubleheader that you were looking forward to practice this week. So far, kind of how's that going, and what's the demeanor of the team like with going through practice?
Business-like. They're hungry to improve, and they've had an element of just work to them this week, which has been great. It's gone well.
What were kind of some of the learning lessons that you got from Toledo, where you're going to try to put them forward into this week and then the upcoming weeks after that?
Well, some of the offensive things that I hit upon. There's some things from the pitching side of it that we're probably going to be working on this week and next week to be able to get some more defensive things with our pitching cinched up this last week. We had a couple opportunities with team defense that I think we fell short on, and so we've been working on team defense and some specifics there this week to tighten up and make sure that we execute when we get called upon.
You guys threw a lot of freshman arms this weekend, out of the bullpen specifically, and obviously as a starter with Will. Just what do you want to see from those freshmen these upcoming weeks to where you are comfortable using them in May?
We just need to get these guys more and more experience, and even the older guys, they're new to our program, a lot of them, and so just getting those guys out there for experience is really good. Unfortunately, we didn't get a couple of young guys in last weekend that we really wanted to get in last weekend, and so I hope we can get more people in to where we can see everybody that's basically auditioning for road trips or conference rosters or stuff like that. The best way to do that is for a whole body of work, so through their practice reps, through their scrimmage reps, and through these game reps. And we've got the practice and the scrimmage reps. We've seen that. Now I want to see what they do in games too. That's part of it.
With it being so early in the season and all the new pieces, how do you sort of balance that level of expectation where it's, this is something to be concerned with going forward more than it is, it's early in the season?
I don't know. I see one weekend as just an independent, subset of games. And, so we take what we took out of that weekend and we look to improve upon it. I don't really ever get any cause for alarm or anything like that. I just look at it and try to just very simply think about what we need to improve and what we need to continue to maintain well, that we've done well.
What do you want to see from those bullpen arms to potentially label that person as a closer for you guys?
As a closer, I think Cole Stokes did okay last weekend. I like what I saw out of Cole. I don't see why he wouldn't be anything other than just that. You know, he could probably be a starter too, but I thought he did a very, very good job at the end of the game when he had an opportunity. He looked dominant. Closers usually have great mentality. They usually throw multiple pitches for strikes that are really, really good. And so that would be the breakdown of what I would expect in a closer.
Do you have any updates on Chase or Jeff and how they're doing?
Both of them are day to day.